So social media so you see idea how to say Kumawood industry ne dear or more we consent and as I say consent fans of Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin ano ebem so munya Kwadwo Sheldon on betchina bon in fact Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin Ankasa out there country called Ghana moving the ever out no say the ra ho I Gossips 24. It's for this reason NT and I will have a discussion on Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin the trailer now just release and on the hit and miss. Some of the things maybe he could have done right. The whole movie. We have a discuss it on Gossips 24. So let's also be a subscribe button as well. Now I click a bell notification icon. So now follow your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, maybe gossips24.com. Any Gossips 24 TV. Now feel free to bet you do a comment section. Now I share videos some for swing be now I can for kebab masters and at the ama open and paparia and no any kebab masters. So your wedding, birthday party, outdoor engagement. A year. Dear na way. Contact Kebab Masters na any or more YouTube come on. My number is that screen so free WhatsApp on Baba Servo come was here. It's on social media so this here idea. Yeah, bra penny Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin. I am very, very emotional. One of the posts I'm also be making and he said, only God knows my destiny. Only He knows the right time for me. Don't judge me. No, don't judge me now. Judge me later, perhaps, because my later will be greater. Hashtag a country called Ghana. And all this is to caught attention for the country called Ghana moving. And I think that now, no, or person said you're sounding emotional. What I say, why you emotional about the summer could Sheldon and it's scanty, a kind of define the moving on. And again, and I put a drop away at your I just want to move and around.
So man sign. I do a born in Ponamaya war.
And you know the comment section is so very interesting because there are people or moon is had your ye no we be an ra who are nasi be so honoma or more advice no or better no Sky Talks ever say you always feel people are against you and that's a fact. No one is perfect, but sometimes you have to swallow your pride and confront people for their support. You can't do everything on your own. You need help, and this is one of the points I think we will be discussing. In this particular video, I'll be discussing with a filmmaker. You need help. I felt your colleagues are not supporting because you felt you know what is best and you can do everything on your own. No matter how great you are, you need people. This is a great advice. We also by try to say, a Dominic Sadiosun Takrache, keep going, Lilwin. The God of second chance is still with you. We also by try to say, but have you people watched the full video on Sheldon? I think people haven't watched the full video from Kwadwo Sheldon, and perhaps some of the points Kwadwo Sheldon was raising. I've said it was a constructive criticism. We say legend. We say only you are promoting your movie. That's a bit sad. None of your colleagues are helping in your movie promotion. But stay still and fight. We say nipa e bad, but God is present. In time for one film Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin, what I say. Ebi mo kra one mama already say. Onbebo the likes of Kwadwo Sheldon mo for Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin. Ebi ne fresh tubo.
Yeah, this is the right time. I also bloggers B0re Kwadwo. This is the right time. I also IGP. Emma ye jai say yen children go police station as if for na yen shenkrofoni bi with our bare hand. Some of the bloggers I will see a booby more street in so. And Nkansah Kwadwo and Lilwin aye edisika aye adwuma we want me man big ups. Kwasi was canty. Me, I don't want to insult me, but me did the attempt. Was canty. And here for my pioneer so the YouTube no saying na. Kwadwo Sheldon Studios or the man. On one gasa cross saying on one. Now obia here na juma obia the project say project big project. Want me man big ups. Okay say I didn't know any so when the Netflix. Hey, me person use some profane words and harsh words on you people. Nothing. To the bloggers people mu swenya sasa ana be bren swenya sasa what wala jimi ko na mu jimi studio na mu jimi pages alentia ade am baye ne no sell out at the core baby ochina because you are blogging. I didn't even see you say who posted Kwadwo the project I can't call Ghana no me who so post impo the project and that's one court set so ko say o kwa interview that only negativities in Kwana blacks and that's some of the bloggers mo pay I dey about there no all start the project no ogofa ngofo ibaye no na ka wo pe bibia o ka wo fa okiu no nyina na ka mokọ ne set ne so you didn't do that. ni pana twa na dwuma wie on say o de be call Netflix on say o ba ko here say untimi nsoa wo untimi mbo obi a enkanasem but you are here saying negativity about this thing escanti won nyabotere mumunya botere pamo you people munya botere Nkansah focus on what you are doing okay ojo ye nyina etawachi ye nyina yetawachi ye nim say awade nyankopon ebe ma wakoma so de abem.
But I don't think that is necessary, and that is why Inti Amekoko invite filmmaker and publisher Marshall, me not train come up about a movie be a brand be actor, just say movie no ever than a reality no Nkansah fa so editor and Marshall is a well-known publisher also a filmmaker. Marshall, Mwakwaba high Gossips 24.
Yeah, no, that's it. So, Mama, it's very exciting.
Say, I was a Kuma wood. Also, Kuma would a going to wage I honorable. But,
I Kuma with that one. I Kuma with that. I can't, I know it's not even a fair Hungalu.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, say, it makes any sense there, but it's only fair.
It makes sense. So, Yako Street, me, I just will follow trends, though. Kwadwo Sheldon comments or Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin in some ni trailer no ebi ana follow ye and I will follow that.
Oh, my follow back. Yeah, you reach me on something.
Okay, so for the sake of more share this particular video for the first time, when in Shama Kwadwo Sheldon, hey, there were Kwadwo Sheldon and it's scanty. I can't.
Problem the video they need use. Okay. Yeah, video no there. Me video they need use the clarity. Yes. Yeah. I don't know the reason why when I was giving my submission at first I didn't mention this. I was thinking maybe be my internet, but my camera near should be my science and the Wi-Fi. Yes. In the battery, there's a video naturally they use. For me, who is and the video they use. Obi a memo o Johnny Fish at my in my company there. I would my video near clear. Yeah,
I think they did a terrible job with regards to grading, but then overall kinds is here because of when I coca so comfortable. And that is why people argue say they should have taken their time for post production because the shooting will be the problem. Because when you shoot, you have the raw footage. Now you have to sit down, cut it, arrange it, grade it for it to make sense. That is where we have the problem. So within the shortest possible time, people are arguing that you can't shoot and churn out the top tier quality that we are advocating for.
Marshall,
well,
do you agree?
I agree in some ways, but not in some other ways. Of course, I'm a critic and I'm right to have an opinion.
Of course.
Of something like this. And the ultimately constructive. It's pretty constructive. But one thing we should know is more criticism shouldn't necessarily mean that it's all factual.
Yeah.
Movies be how much that I'm grading, very low, which I say because of the mood they want to convey. So almost better grading be high, very bright, especially comedy movies which are very bright days, sunny days, and it's all fun. I would have to say the horror movies you hardly see sunlight. Okay, movies be a dark, like that's Batman movies so always I say cloudy. Whether I post you up on time, I say cloudy. It's that's how it works. But your friend is saying they see on an early stage yet, and pretty sure they all can first thriller no way. He shouldn't think the whole movie is going to be like that, and you don't know what they are planning. What I say, I think it's early stage to make even any serious judgment about the movie now, and most movies, they make so many trailers. So this is just maybe the first one.
Maybe this is just the first one.
This is the first one. And I don't think now people know about the movie. He created a hype for the movie, and at this point, he wants to talk about it. Like so he released something to stay in people's memory until he releases the main movie trailer. Yeah.
So, Philly said there will be a main movie trailer. Because
I'm sure. So be released. I can't.
Media,
this cannot be all.
The way Alka said, this cannot be all. It appears maybe trailer name meeting or expectation, and I say unsatisfied or to some extent.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it this way. The movie ba na Academy Awards, 6 award bima. Obi a omo prohwe na ni nje ho. What does it?
Yeah.
And a movie which ma ba na ya criticize it, mean a Raspberry Award for worst movie and all that. But still a box office hit. What I say, doesn't really matter. Critics now they draw people to watch movies, all right. So, but they don't always get it right because we are hard. Maybe I mean from professional point of view, I'm looking at cinematography, camera angle, story, and all that. Obi man doesn't really care, but they just want to be entertained, and as long as
like me, I don't really care.
They just want to be entertained, and as much as the whole thing, they go to cinema and they have the whole experience and they like it. That's it. That should be satisfactory. So, it would be something from a professional point of view. So there are a few things I feel could have been better about your friends saying
the trailer.
The trailer, no.
Then and
yeah, because
your trailer, and when I point out the few things that you feel could have been better, right? Cinebeya, we just don't talk about it. So
okay.
for more emotional, this is the trailer. Weezy Empire. Don't you feel say glasses now you break at the beginning of the videos now? It has become too much, and I often say normal sir.
JQ. Yeah, it's true. But I think say a working manager. I don't really have a problem with any brand. So no person representing them. It doesn't really matter. What matters most is a friends and trailer, and I like the first shot from that dirt road, no motorbike now starting. Let's go.
Obi bisa a question be on social media say clearance for the song you see, will it cause any problem? I mean, it's just less than 7 seconds of the song. Anna.
Well, your copyright law will be your friend of fair use.
Yeah.
What I say? Fair use, and there's an amount of a year between you see. But for a production that you're making money from, no, it doesn't matter. What I say? If you use and you use it, especially as a soundtrack, you have to pay. But I don't have the historical context of when the song was made.
Yeah.
And usually, it's the person's lifetime plus 70 years. Copyright law, no. The person's after the person's lifetime plus 70 years, then it comes into public domain. What I say? I don't know much about the song. What I say? I think it's in line with Ghana's independence.
Yeah, it is.
Right. So it will be around
60 something years.
70 years now. Almost 70 years now. Yeah, in 2027. Yeah. So maybe the rights may be owned by the estate of whoever
composed
made that song, right? Whoever composed that song. Was it from Amu? Who was it?
No, this wasn't Efremamu. We have to go and look for in Nippon or this particular song.
Yeah, we have to go and look. But I will be permission for all you are saying. Maybe I will be permission. Yeah. So
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
It's this way, and this way is where we're going to go. I don't give a hoot rat about your mumbo jumbo spirit and whatever you call it. Here is my duty.
Oh, Ramsey Noah. That's the first part of the trailer. Ramsey Noah Chitu.
And I think so. One person will say, "Oh, you burning." Remember?
Oh, you burning. Ramsey Noah, ne burning.
No. If you are trying to say, Lilwin might number for
yeah.
I would say, I think we let that go.
Yeah.
We let it go. So yeah, more representative of but in those days, no, we tell them no, I or saying, what I say, yeah, I'm telling what I say. Into going to me represent it almost, but I can't say color difference in it. Never found a sign.
Okay. Okay. So you felt perhaps Lilwin should have gone a step further, not limiting himself to maybe Ramsey Noah, but maybe someone outside the African continent.
Well, I wouldn't say that. As long as Ramsey Noah works now. Because sometimes gender swapping in movies. Sometimes your friends and race swapping in movies, and all these are allowed. You know what I mean? So, but maybe point out say. The person church Obroni and Obroni represented a great. But if you are also one thing he may know no sooner say or marketing value. Exactly.
Exactly. Many interview, one of the reasons you're picking Ramsey Noah as a substitute for the Ghanaian actor now went to me in making was because of the Nigerian markets. Senegal be tapping into the Nigerian markets. Into offer Ramsey Noah, which to me made sense.
It makes a lot of sense. I agree.
So some the tally or no when we editing no makeup ni bibia
the main come I say but you say no bet me aye untumi and start to cry o say bet me aye untumi and start because really
This is Africa, a country called Ghana. Jesus Christ!
Obabisi o meni nkosia.
Bloody dwarf only has its powers.
Oh, a python.
If you get to the city, you will have no powers, but you will listen. English. What did I do to you? I wasn't anyway. I'm quite saying no. I wasn't really so.
So Marshall, I think I shared almost half of the trailer, but I think the only place I wouldn't say it puts me off, but the only place I had questions to ask was maybe your cast work on about $5 million.
In literature, more term your friend anachronism.
Yeah.
What I say, anachronism, and representing something which is in your friend saying existing in a timeline, which is like in a specific setting.
Exactly.
But your friend is saying sometimes people give your friend is saying license, what I say, to do certain things, like to represent certain. So I heard there was one movie I watched. What had him say? You see modern songs in olden days, just like in the Greek era.
Oh, okay.
Kind of story song. So for it to make more sense, and he has the license to do it. It is creativity. So it doesn't have to be historically correct.
Okay. Okay. For me, I wish it was historically correct. Looking at the setting.
Well, Mr. San, I wish it was historically correct. But no, it's just a trailer we're watching. So I'm being very fair to him because I feel we don't have the whole context. We don't have it's an imaginary world, an alternate world. An alternate historic timeline. So it could be saying an alternate world. Muna, this whole storyline is existing where in those days they spent dollars. So, and one thing Sonny said, I can't say much, but one thing they said, are these people British or they are Americans? To use dollars.
Yeah.
So because those days they use pounds and gold. So if anything, it should be. And Americans were not coming to Ghana. It was the British, the Danish, and the Portuguese.
Yeah, they were those.
So I mean, Felicia said, "Oh no, dollars no." Let me say, I sent what I did, but.
So, do you think there are people who are of the opinion? Of course, I've played that video earlier, but there are people who are more of the opinion. Say, some of the comments I could have shot in past year, could affect Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin in the movie, right? Could possibly say, "Be detain Crawford." Say, "I want to movie now." I'm gonna.
Derby. And I mean, not sure Kwadwo Sheldon proud. That was what he was planning to do. What I said, he was doing a genuine review, and he was being honest. He talked about things he didn't understand. We can disagree with him, but he talked about things he doesn't understand. And I'm sure Lilwin knows what I said, and he's also using it to build a hype for the movie.
Exactly what I said yesterday.
I only wish Kwadwo Sheldon will respond, and it will get people more intrigued.
No. I'm not sure he's going to respond.
Well, he should help the entertainment industry by responding. It would be nice. Yeah, But Lilwin has put a lot in the movie, and he needs the support, I think, because looking at the pre-production stage and the production stage, how much went into it. I watched your previous interview with him, and who said mobile and also may be very expensive and all that. So to a break. But me also one criticism I mean could just your friends and Lilwin also say me who posters no I say Nigeria for veteran actors me and one lady who I think some people know, but I personally I don't know what I say.
Okay.
You saw a Ghanaian.
You're a Ghanaian lady.
I feel say if you were hailing the veteran actors and you're trying to use them for your marketing, unless say poster now I know you for Nigeria for what I say, but for Ghana for no count me the movie no maybe
okay. So that
people can relate.
Ghanaians should be related to those posters as well.
Exactly. So Ghanaians can also relate to, because remember example, China movie about America had only different poster for China because of their cultural differences.
Okay.
There are certain things you can put on the poster here. You can put it on the poster in there. China for there. Yeah. There is this kind that will be almost a Disney. Black Panther and Qatar anymore China because Chinese are blah blah blah. I don't want to go there. Yeah, there's that. It's Black Panther no. Qatar anymore China.
I'm saying in the mask, no. Oh, China poster anymore.
I'm saying the mask, no. Oh, China poster anymore. Yeah, because they didn't want people to know it was Bibinina or main cast of the movie. Yeah. Unless obey different poster, but in the poster and you should do something about it by on Frank or phone tour on for more Ghana for more only being come new and Ghana more excitement. See, one way share, then we see, we share, you know, it's nice. So I'm now being involved. And I don't know, he's playing a one-man show. This I said, or your promo, no, or you're aggressive with the whole thing. And our man also look at said as he against the world, but we are all for him. I'm honestly rooting for him to succeed. So we're rooting for him to succeed.
Say antics, antics being like play, you know, to court public sympathy, to sell the movie.
Then he's doing it wrong. He's making it more about himself than the movie now. What's that say? He's making it more about himself than. Of course, someone will argue say, okay, yes, I'm because the fan supporter Lilwin. But people want to be entertained, so they want to talk about the movie. They want to know what the movie is more about than the money you spent on the movie, and that we people need worth their money's worth. So before they spend, they need to get the value for it. So he should do something about the poster. That's my advice for him.
I hope so. Kwadwo Nkansah Lilwin, maybe penny bit na why you about the poster. Thanks for joining us, Masha. But where can people follow you? I mean, people would
it's my pleasure.
Love to follow you.
Social media. I'm on Instagram as Marshall Wrights.
Yeah.
And I'm on TikTok very recently. Yeah.
What's our TikTok? And I want to.
Yeah, I don't dance. It's just my regular personal life name and.
Okay.
I started the MC. Who now bet you
thanks. Yeah, that's how joining and or your platform.
It's my pleasure, bro.
Anytime Biana be here.
Thanks everyone.
I got 16 for us also be me a subscribe button so no click the bell notification icon so. Magraheb.